So for 18 months, as Barry was waiting for his green light to come over here and be with Clara, Barry was living, working and cooking with our grandparents in Ireland. For dinner, we would have our roast vegetables over here, several different types of potatoes, just to fulfill the Irish stereotype. But somewhere in between the vegetables and the duck, Clara had earned her place, propped up against the potatoes on a 4-inch iPhone screen. And that's how we got to know Clara.
I would now like to formally welcome Clara into our family. I am conscious that, we've felt that Clara has been part of our family for a long time now. She's just that kind of person.
A few years ago, I was texting Clara and said something along the lines of, "Thank you, sister." The wonderful autocorrect changed sister to sweater. We laughed and thought it was really funny. It autocorrected it to sweater. And now we continue to call each other Sweater.
Welcome.
And when I think of it, the nickname totally makes sense. Clara is 100% my sweater. She's warm and comforting and is always there to wrap her arms around me when days are cold.
And now a toast to my big brother Barry. Over the last few years, we have seen him grow into the man he is today.
Take a moment to welcome Barry into our family. Welcome the family through over here.
Barry, you are like the jacket that matches my sweater. But honestly, there's no one better I could have picked to be a partner for Clara. Your kindness and warmth affects everyone around you, and you're always willing to be a team player, even when times are hard. Thank you for being an incredible partner to my sister, for being a team player in the family, and most importantly, for being you.
I remember when you came first to Arva, we could see the spark that existed between you and Barry. And that spark has now been fanned, and today it's a burning glow of love.
4 years ago, I woke up on an August morning, not knowing that my life was about to change forever, because that night, you walked into my life. You walked up to me with your gorgeous eyes, smiling a mile wide, and a few seconds later, I knew something had changed. The time before I met you, I can't even remember. There is now that is us, and it feels like it always has been us. And there is the future. And I look into the future, so excited to walk this road with you, because I know that we will stay committed, compassionate, and caring of each other, and laughing all the way along as we have from day one.
We are gathered here today to witness the union of Clara and Barry. If anyone has any cause to object to the forming of this union, you may forever hold your peace. This isn't that kind of wedding. This is happening. Now, some of you may not know this, but I have known Clara for a long time. So when Clara and I were 4 years old, there was a game we used to play when we should have been asleep. The goal of the game was to see who could yell the loudest without Dad hearing us. They're deaf. We got very, very loud. But there was always a point in the game where I would convince Clara to yell far too loud, knowing she would get in trouble. My dad would come in and he would yell at Clara. But did Clara ever give me up? No. I had a lot of stupid ideas growing up, and Clara would always tell me all the reasons why what I was about to do was idiotic, and then she would join me anyways. Barry, this is the person you have picked. When telling people stories about Clara and I growing up, I always referred to her as my partner in crime. This day truly marks the end of that partnership. From today on, Barry, you now have the privilege of calling her your partner in crime. And what a fantastically wonderful partner she is.
I, Clara, present you, Barry, with this ring as a symbol of our everlasting love.
I, Barry, present you, Clara, with this ring as a symbol of our everlasting love. Let it never lose its luster, just as my love for you will never fade.
It fits.
I happily pronounce you wife and husband. Clara, you may kiss the groom.
Everyone, share our special day with Clara and Barry. And they got a great mom. And I'm very fortunate to have this beautiful mother and beautiful children.
Doing my speech while you're eating. You kind of have to enjoy this one. My most important role as best man is to formally welcome Clara to the Moors. That's not to say she wasn't welcome before. From the moment Clara stepped through our doors, she slipped right in there like she belonged.
Speaking of Clara, damn girl, you look good. Like, who are you? First, I'd like to welcome Barry into the family. Though you've already felt like a brother for so long now, I can finally make fun of you like I do my other siblings. You're welcome. I trust you'll protect and care for my sweater always and love each other and cherish her as much as I do. Your love for each other is endless, and I hope one day I'll be so lucky to find a love as beautiful as yours.
We were all so excited to hear that Barry and Clara were getting married. But then Barry also had the difficult task of consoling us and explaining how he had found his home from home in Chicago. While I'm not too happy he will be so far away from us, I couldn't choose a better bunch of people to leave him with. And I think I can speak on behalf of all the Moors in the room in saying that while this is a marriage of Clara and Barry, it is also a coming together of three families, and you have all made us feel so welcome here. So thank you.
I recently heard it be said that a marriage is like a recipe with 4 ingredients that all begin with the letter C. The first one is commitment, followed by care, compassion, and finally comedy. For those of you that know me and know how much I love to cook, you probably also know that I never follow a recipe. I've modified this one too, to have a fifth C, Clara. I am so happy knowing that I have you now and forever as my chef de cuisine.
Today not only marks the end of a chapter in your lives which began 4 years ago, it is also the start of the rest of your book of many chapters, and we look forward to watching you fulfill and write those chapters for many years.